There we go. So let me go ahead and just show y'all like the areas. So if you've seen the previous videos, you see like on the left side here, you see all the skin, pretty much all the keloids, everything is gone here. Everything's fully gone. Now you can see where a couple of the areas are still scarred up, but now the hair is finally starting to grow over top of the keloid area or the scar area. Now before, I had a few different like injections here, a few different incisions, but the keloids came back. Now, for a disclaimer, both sides of my skin on my face were done by different doctors, but it just shows you like how the different processes works, and it shows you just how things can be effective in different ways. So again, this one right here, after I got the keloid surgery done, I had radiation done. So pretty much for the radiation process, when you get that done, it usually takes about after about 6 months. That's when you start to see things start to clear up a little bit more. But things can come back, but the percentage rate of them coming back are very, very low compared to other alternatives. And so, a lot of times doctors won't recommend you to get radiation, especially if you're younger, just because when you have a lot of those X-ray or have a lot of those rays and just a lot of those like electrical pieces being used on you, sometimes those can affect your body internally. And so you just don't want to have too many of those things going on, while you're young, or really at any age, because it can alter the way that your body moves and your hormones and different things like that. So, but when I went to the Lexington plastic surgeons, they recommended that. And so this area here, it's fully cleared. And again, one thing that I just had been waiting on after I got it done was just to see if the hair was going to finally grow over top. I will say that the hair is probably taking about, I would say like 6 months to a year since I finally like let it fully grow out. There were times where I like cut it fully down, where I cut all my facial hair off just to see like how things will grow in, and to check and see if I would have like get ingrown hairs like I did. But I can say that since I've done this process, since I've trimmed down, and since I've like fully cut off, I haven't really had too many ingrown hair situations, and those ingrown hairs haven't turned into keloids, which have been really, really good. And if they have, if I have had ingrown hairs, I would just take like tweezers and then pull them out. But other than that, I haven't had any issues. We go to the right side, which is going to look like the left on the screen, maybe. But you see here, the keloids are also down as well too. So here I got a couple little bumps, but compared to like the big patches that I had, those are no longer there. So this area is taking a little bit longer for the hair to grow in. But the good thing about this particular area is it was a different process. So I actually had this one done in person. So whenever they were cutting the keloid off, they would pretty much like cut it while I was awake. They would put some numbing cream on, or they would use this, I forgot the device that it's called, but it's like a device that is kind of like numbing it as they're cutting it off, but you're wide awake. And so it's just numb, and you can kind of feel it too, but they put some cream on so where whenever they're cutting it off, it doesn't hurt. So if it does start to hurt, that's just where you let them know so they can put more cream on there. But it's a pretty smooth process. You just can't think about it though, because you're like, damn, somebody's cutting me right now. But as you're going through the process, it's very, very smooth and easy. So like I said, this area right here, these have been cut off. Now for the dermatologist that I've been going to in Brooklyn, so pretty much they've been putting injections in after I've gotten the keloids. And so pretty much the process is you having to come back monthly, like one time a month, to get the injections in. So at first I was doing this, getting the injections continuously. Then I'd stop for a little bit. And then I had to where the keloids slightly started to come back a little bit in these areas. And once I started to get the injections again, then they started to go down. But one thing that I've realized that has been a huge blessing is that before, like the first time that I got my keloid surgery done, I didn't have like any type of ointment or anything done, and they all came back. But I can say with whatever type of fluid or incision method that they're using whenever they're cutting the keloids off for the dermatologist that I go to now, I went as much as 6 months or maybe even less or longer, and haven't seen like any true issues. Now they will puff up a little bit because of like inflammation and just because of different things that go on with the body, but haven't seen where they fully come back. So again, here's the area here. All this is scars. So these have been going down, and you see how the skin's working beautifully. If you look at my whole skin, my whole face, you can just see how, you see that melanin popping. You see my skin's popping, my facial hair is growing in, even around, my scalp area. And I used to have like where I would get scars and things up here, but you don't see anything there, even under, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's been an amazing process. So I know I kind of gave you all like a brief overview of how everything looks from the face area. So what I'm going to do is come back and talk a little bit more about like the back of the neck area, and then also talk about like my shoulder, in which I got done as well. And then I can go more in depth also in regards to certain processes and just my experience being in the chair, getting the keloids knocked off. But just wanted to kind of give you all like a small layer right now until I get more videos going. And I think this will be enough for you all just to kind of see like in the interim, I should say, how things are looking. So stay tuned, more videos coming. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it.